Hey everybody, this is Pramita here, and today I'm going to do a journal with me. This has been an impromptu decision because I found that I had to had to set up the page for Tuesday as well as journal in it. So, what I've decided is I'm going to take you people along just as I had done a previous session, like whereby I prep my pages and then you get to see how the process works. So this time around I'm going to switch a few things up and show you some of the stuff that I didn't do before. Now this is just a blank grid notebook, as you can see. This is a Fabriano notebook, and the papers are pretty good quality, and I have stitched this from an A4 size notebook. So that's the background of this notebook, because I have been getting quite a lot of questions regarding the paper. The paper is awesome, that's no doubt about the fact, but anyways, I did buy this in an A4 size, so I made it into an A5 and then I trimmed it down a little bit. Now my notebook is pretty chunky, and even though I like to see chunky notebooks, I find it extremely difficult to work in, because I write in these journals and I find it very what do you call it, difficult to write into such chunky, uneven kind of journals. So I am not using paper this time as a layering thing. Instead, I'll be using some washi and tissue papers. So first things first, last time I did show how I used stencils, and this time around I'm going to use my watercolors. Now when I'm using my watercolors, I don't use a ton. I'm just going to spray my watercolors a little bit. This is a mini mister from Ranger, and I generally use my water brush to work in my journals because I don't want a ton of watercolor unless and until I try to create some kind of effect. I'm going to go in with this pink. This is a Prima watercolor set, and I am currently using this. The colors are awesome, and I don't have any rhyme or reason to pick up certain colors, and you'll see how I splotch and work with this. Now these papers are pretty awesome. They don't bleed through at all. You will not have any issues with this. So, and I am also going to, no, I don't know. Yeah. So, and I'm also going to splot some watercolors here and there, just to, I usually work with one type of shades, like either I'm working with a cool shade or I'm working with the warm shades. I don't generally mix these up because then your pages turn a little bit muddy, and I don't want to have that. So that's that, and I'm going to let it dry for a while. Till then, I'm just going to go through my washi stash and show you what I have in store. So I have talked about Tim Holtz tissue papers a lot of times, and these are the tissue papers. These, I think these are a few years older, because he has come out with a new range which come in tubes like the washi tapes. So here is the tissue paper roll, and I don't need a ton, so I'm just going to rip this part off because I'm going to work with this. You can paint on these papers also, and they hold up paints pretty well. And this is another, this is on postal theme, and I'm going to snip a little bit from this also. Now I have been using the tissue papers a lot these days because of the bulk of the notebooks, and I don't want to create any more bulk. So yeah, so I've ripped off some tissue papers, as you can see, and let me move this aside. And I have also chosen some washi tapes like so, and I might go in with some newspaper themed ones. These washi tapes are all from our atelier. I'll leave a link to the shop below. You can check her shop out. She has an awesome stash of washi tapes. And nowadays I generally don't buy washi tapes from anywhere but her shop. This is also from our atelier, so I think by now the paper is a little bit dry. I'm not sure. Anyways, yeah. So it's dry, and let me work on this. So now I have to layer some things up. So what I can do is I already have my washi tapes selected, and I find working with bigger washi rolls a little bit difficult. I don't know if this is everybody's opinion, but sometimes I find that a little bit difficult. So since I'll be concentrating only on one page, I want to keep this word memory. So I don't want this music sheet, and I am going to trim this off a little bit. So I have been getting such good comments on my style of journaling that I have decided to do a journal with me twice a week in a weekly journal. Now I'm in the process of setting that up, and hopefully I'll be able to post an update in my next video whereby I fill out my this page that I'm okay. So this is the word memory that I want to keep, and I am going to place it over here. So using tissue papers have definitely helped to reduce the bulk, and I can put it like this. Okay, so I'm going to put it like this, and I'm going to use this washi. This is a wide washi, but I can still work around this. This has a script sort of thing, and I'm going to layer this up. I'm going to tear this like so. Okay, and I'm going to place this over here. Okay, so this looks like so, and then I'm going to go from there. So I'm going to glue these two up. Like the washi is already down, sorry, and oh god, I'm talking such nonsense. And I'm going to lay this tissue paper down. Now tissue papers are lovely to work with. I realized that quite late. Like, okay, so my camera has decided to focus at last, so I'm going to trim off this part. I don't like this. Okay, yeah. So now it's looking like so. Here I have a bit of washi that I had used on the previous page, and I've just folded it on the other side. I usually do quirky things like that sometimes. Now this is also a washi, but what I do from this washi is I cut out the images and I use them. So I generally, what I do is I have this leaf pattern which I want to use, and I'm just tearing this part up. Okay, So I have this bit over here and I don't want this part. So I'm just going to trim this a little bit. And that's that. So I'm going to use it in the middle of the page. And the reason why I am using washi as a layering thing is that I don't want this page to get bulked up too much because as it is pretty bulky, my notebook, and I don't want this to be too thick to write. So this is once again a bit of washi that I want to use, and I'm going to snip this part off. And I'm going to use this over here. These washis act as paper layering of papers, you know, and I love the way how the colors peek through from the background. You know, they are made to look more subtle, so that's another thing that I like. And I would use some stickers, maybe I would use some die cuts. So I have some die cuts with me that I plan to use, and these are some die cuts from Kaisercraft or Kaisercraft, whatever. And I'll use these as ephemera piece, and then we'll work on them on the page, that is. So I have this small ephemera which says blessed, and I want to put something at the back. Okay, I can put a clock. Okay, so I can put it like so. No, so this requires a little bit of maneuvering things, maybe. So I'm going to put this over here. I think this looks better. So my page is nearly done. I prep my pages in this way, and then I will be back with the second part whereby I will journal and add a little bit of tidbits of ephemera washi to fill out the page. Now that's what I do generally, and I am going to put this over here. So I hope my prepping has been explanatory enough, because this is how I prep my pages. I keep them generic, I don't specify things, and then when I come back to do the actual journaling, I put down the day's ephemera or something that has happened connected to that. So I put it like that. So the finishing part is a little bit different, but the prepping is more or less generic. And I'll just do a quick flip of the pages that I have done yet. So as you can see, I've used some washi and as well as the tissue papers, and this is a vellum piece. So that's how I prep my pages. I'll be back with the second part whereby I will be journaling and adding more ephemera and washi, and you know, like the little touches that I put in while I journal. So bye now. If you like this video, then please give it a thumbs up, and if you want to see the second part, then please watch out for that and subscribe to my channel. Bye.